The world's greatest snowcross racers head east for the U.S. Air Force Snocross National at the Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino. A tight track breeds Pro-Lite points leader Creighton Dillon and challenger Nick Lorenz today. We'll sit down and go one-on-one with five-time champ Elias Ishoel as the Viking Rocket begins his comeback from a season-ending injury. Fresh from pro career victory 50, Malene Katu can't celebrate just yet as the talented pro women class racers are in high-speed pursuit. Are you ready? AMSOIL Championship Snocross from Salamanca, New York on Fox Sports starts right now.
That's where you want to be. So what you'll hear regarding the drivers' meeting,
And he's got it!
Wow, look at this battle here.
Yeah, and that is exactly what we want to see out of Elias.
Francis Pelletier, ladies and gentlemen, wins race number 3 for the AMSOIL Pro class.
Holy Frankie, that was insane!
Red Snocross, baby! It's a drag race, and Blair Morgan takes it.
Tucker Hibbert, the number 68 sled across the AMSOIL finish line, has done it!
Snocross, AMSOIL Championship style, returns to the Empire State of New York at the Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino. It's round 9 of AMSOIL Championship Snocross, the U.S. Air Force Snocross National. And welcome to our coverage here on Fox Sports. I'm Paul Small, my tag team partner, former racer and champion Robbie Malinowski. Robbie, we start the second half of the season here today.
Small track, a lot of lappers, a lot of roosts. Get through that first corner.
All right, Robbie, let's take a flying lap literally around our short track here in Salamanca.
All right, a whole shot right here, short, into a left, finish line. Nothing real big here on the finish line, but pay attention to this corner coming up because there's going to be two options. Inside's rough, outside smooth, but if you go for the outside, look for the triple right there, and then another triple right there. And then into this corner here, this is where all the bumping is. This is where passes are gonna be made right there. And that is a lap here in New York.
Ready for the first of our 3 legs of the AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown. And here's your Triple Crown 101. 3 races, a point for a win, 2 per second, 3 for a third. Tally the 3 together, lowest score wins. Third race, order of finish would be the tiebreaker. And let's check in now with the third member of our broadcast team. Here's Eric Allry.
Rookie Jordan LaBelle said after his 2 overall wins, he finally feels like he's finding his place in the pro class. He said the pro class and Triple Crown format forces him to be mistake-free as every rider is on their game. And so he said he and the team need to minimize the mistakes and mechanicals if they want to continue to find a podium spot.
Oh, the light goes green quick. Who's gonna be? Oh, Denham.
Sliding it to the inside, Benham and Yerk, and Jordan LaBelle in third. Emo Hard not quite getting the start, and it's the 2 Oregon Cats that are going to try to run away here at the front of the field in the early going.
And that's Cody Cam, it looks like, jumping into that third spot past LaBelle. So LaBelle finding troubles early in the races. Always, oh, we got guys down.
And Padnote from the back row up into the top 5. So he had a flyer of an opening lap in this one, but it is still Jacob Yerk holding on to that number 1 spot. And here comes Cody Cam looking for second and looking for it now.
Yeah, Padnote finally getting out into that 5th place spot. He needed something, a little bit of spark. Look at LaBelle right in there as well, so pay attention to these guys back here.
LaBelle's got a neat line going there on the outside and allowed him to chew up some of that track position as they almost slide those sleds out that flat turn before the AMSOIL finish line jump. Yerk leads by about 2 seconds here as they work their way back down here into the FXR section.
So Benham, Yerk, Cam, that is our podium. Oh, Yerk, looks like oh, sorry, timing and scoring got me a little mixed up right now.
We're watching Daniel Benham, Jacob Yerk still in second, and only, it looks like maybe about a second or so back as they come back over the AMSOIL finish line jump. Work their way into the corner. It's Cam in third, followed by LaBelle. Pat Note in the mix there as well on the U.S. Air Force AMSOIL Skidoo sled. Leaders coming back through as we're closing in on 6 minutes to go. Each of these races are timed races. Once the clock runs out, the next time the leader comes around, they see the white flag, and that wraps the race up. You take the 3 races, a point for a win, 2 for a second, 3 for a third, added up, lowest total wins.
And look at the lead these two have gathered. They're already catching the back of the pack, and Cody Cam sitting in third, but he is way off the pace. He is almost a full straightaway behind. So Team Arctic Cat getting their homework done early, and they are putting it to the competition tonight.
So Yerk working his way behind Benham. Benham now has caught the back of the field. We knew this was going to happen sooner rather than later on a short track. Jordan LaBelle on the 511, that's a turquoise sled, and he is putting some major league heat on Cody Cam.
That's right, and you remember Jordan almost comes off the track.
I don't know how he kept it in the ballpark.
Yeah, that was lucky. He was on the edge, and Jordan needs to start his race with the same intensity that you're seeing right now, because he was in front of Cody. Now he just wasted 6 minutes of the race just to get back to that same position. And
you are not going to get that kind of ride at any amusement park, I can guarantee you that. I can't believe LaBelle was just pinned with the throttle right on the edge of the snow, almost flies out of the track, almost flies out again in the turn, and still makes the pass.
Yeah, that was full commitment. There's no doubt there. And I'll tell you what, Benham had a rough lap that last one around. Obviously, lappers being a part of it. LaBelle, fastest on the track right now, so pay attention to him. If he can get a clean run, he might get back to the tail of these two.
And there is Daniel Benham putting a lap on Oscar Norm as we close in on the final minute plus a lap in this first AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown main event of the evening.
Yeah, Jordan's got a line on this back section where Benham's going to be entering that is just a little nicer, a little smoother and cleaner. That's where he's making his time right now.
Less than 45 seconds to go. Another one of the Lavalley Red Bull Polaris is in front of your leader. That is the Adam Peterson, number 3. Peterson currently 5th in the AMSOIL Pro points. Knows the leader is alongside and gives him enough room to escape on the inside. So it'll be a couple of more laps here for Daniel Benham. He'll come around, and then probably the next time through he might see a white flag.
And pay attention to LaBelle. He is not that far off Jacob Yerk. It is close. He's right there. Yerk, you can see, not only a few sled lengths in front of him. So just as I predicted, LaBelle right here, he's getting over that nice. Right here, double. Look at the gap. It's already closed. He's almost in the same corner. 2 laps to go. Is it enough?
Well, LaBelle trying to put on the late race charge here as he'll crank to the outside of that skidoo corner. Yerk staying on that slower but shorter line on the inside, but here comes LaBelle with another run.
It is going to be close on this last lap. LaBelle makes a little mistake there, and that's going to be it.
So your race leader, Daniel Benham, trying to cruise it around to pick up the win. There is Benham on the Woody's Racing Arctic Cat coming off the corner. Benham, the number 1 qualifier, wins the first race of the Triple Crown. Jacob Yerk makes it an Arctic Cat 1-2. LaBelle coming across the line to finish in 3rd. Then it looks like it'll be Cody Cam and Hunter Patnode from the back row to 5th.
When AMSOIL Championship Snocross returns, the Pro Lite Final is ready to go green. Can Creighton Dillon deal another winning hand in New York? And the podium for the Pro Women class is getting crowded. Check out the points battle between Tasha Lang and Anana Halgary. AMSOIL Championship Snocross is presented by the U.S. Air Force. Serve your way. Can you make the team? By AMSOIL, runs on freedom. By Skidoo, that Skidoo feeling. By FXR, gear up for your outdoor adventures with FXR. And by Arctic Cat.
Welcome back to AMSOIL Championship Snocross here on Fox Sports. Temperatures right at the freezing mark, a little blustery on this night here in Salamanca, New York, but the racers in the Pro Light division aren't going to let that bother them. Well, Creighton Dillon, he had a little spot of bother, shall we say, earlier today.
Yeah, and you can't blame him. He's going for the win. He's trying to put himself in position to go 1-1 in his heats. He just got a little too excited. It cost him big. Put him in the LCQ, now having to start in that back row.
For this pre-race update, here's Eric Allreed trackside.
West Coast Customs' Nick Lorenz said he finally feels like he's at a place where he's comfortable and confident on his Skidoo. After switching manufacturers, he said there was a big adjustment period for him, but now he said he finally feels like he can ride the sled like it needs to be ridden, and he doesn't need to think about all of those little nuances of sled setup and all of the variables that go into that, and he no longer hesitates and second guesses himself out on track.
I'm just happy to continue and just see where the rest of the year goes. I feel really good on my Skidoo finally, and like I said, it's just super comfortable now. So I don't even like hesitate when I get on the sled. I just feel like I'm one with the sled now. So I'm super happy with that, and just to see where the rest of the year is going to keep going and just show my speed.
We are close. Oh, it looks like Anson got a good jump.
Nick Lorenz got a good start as well. He flares out wide. That opens the inside lane up for Anson Shield. Evan Christian in the third. Creighton Dillon followed him from the back row, already up in the number 4 spot. And we were almost 3 wide for the lead.
So Creighton did exactly what I thought he could do. Tuck into that inside. Let that open up a little bit. And this is great shape for Creighton Dillon.
And
He's right in
Lorenz
this.
made the outside move on Anson Shield, so Lorenz now holds on to the number 1 spot as he flies off the outside of that Skidoo corner, launches a triple there through the middle of that rhythm in the U.S. Air Force flyaway.
Oh, Lorenz bobbles. Look at Anson, jumps right back.
And Evan Christian watching from third, and Dillon elbows up there, hanging on to the number 4 spot. It's on for the lead. It's a flat-out drag race here between Lorenz and Shield. Lorenz wins that round.
Oh, but he goes a little wide. Look at Anson, able to tuck to that inside. So Lorenz has got to tidy that up a little bit. Make that inside stick.
Yeah, that's 2 laps in a row. Lorenz overcooked it on the outside of that flat corner, and then he's had to try to make all the ground back up here in this section of the track this time. Anson Shield throws the block on him going into the corner. No pass for you.
That was heads-up racing by Anson Shield. He knew every lap Lorenz was going to try to pull that. But he shut the door, put himself, and look at the gap now.
There's Evan Christian, the red number 33 sled, riding in third. Creighton Dillon trying to put pressure on him. Yellow flag out for a stalled sled. That was Corin Todd that had the issue there.
Yeah, and heads-up racing by Creighton. He didn't make that pass in that yellow. He had an opportunity, it looked like, but he's seen the yellow. He checked up. Right move by him. Unfortunately, you see that face get hammered with roost. So 4th place still.
And he's going to have to get going here. We've got 4 minutes plus a lap to go. Number 1, he's got to get by Evan Christian to get onto a podium spot. And then, well, as far as chasing the leaders, he's about 4 seconds back, and we're getting into traffic. That would make that job that much more difficult.
Yeah, it sure will, but it's also going to slow down those leaders. And you can see Lorenz is right there. So these guys are not checking out.
The battle could be on for second and third here before too long. Lorenz has got company in the form of Evan Christian, and Dillon is watching that battle start to materialize ahead of him and already thinking moves ahead. Triples in the middle of the rhythm section to get right up on the back end of Evan Christian.
And there's just no room for Creighton. Look at that. Skies that. Oh, and he goes off the track.
Oh, what a...
Oh, unfortunate for Creighton. Just trying to make something happen out of nothing.
And he's got to go all the way around the outside of the turn here to try to find a clean spot to get on the racetrack. That is going to take him way down the running order.
That is... he's dropped back to 5th, so he only lost, 6, 7.
Yeah, he's just falling down the order here. And meanwhile, for Anson Shield, man, this could be the best possible outcome. Dillon's miscue puts him deep in the field. Shield wins the race. That would help him close the gap in the points big time.
Well, and you see how important those qualifiers are, and we got big trouble there. Ashline looks like the 12 of Rose
Yeah, those two had to get together, and the Ashline sled beached up there on top of that snowberm. Meanwhile, Lance Ishoel is in the midst of some heavy traffic. Will this give Nick Lorenz an opportunity to try to draw in?
Yeah, and it already did with that yellow out. Look at how close he was able to close on Anson Shields. So Lapper sitting in front, yellow flags waving. Tough luck for Anson Shields. That lead is pretty much diminished.
Can Nick Lorenz get up there and challenge him? A little less than 2 minutes plus a lap left to go. And it looks to be between these two. Evan Christian a few seconds back in the third spot. So the win here in this Pro Lite final could come down to a two-horse race here between Shields and Lorenz.
Yeah, look at the lappers. This is frustrating as a racer right now. Anson's got to keep his cool. Just pick his spots. Remember, as long as he stays calm and cool and doesn't make any big mistakes, it's, oh, look at this though.
He went to the outside, I think, looking for a clean lane and trying to get around the lappers, and Lorenz went short distance, and Lorenz is going to go low here. We're in the split.
This might be it. This might be the pass right here.
Well, look at Shield roar back on the outside, tripling his way through the rhythm section, and he will come bar to bar with Lorenz, and Lorenz does not give ground.
No, Lorenz set that up beautifully. Anson needed to be a little bit tougher on that corner, and unfortunately, Lorenz made it happen. Now, you can see Lapper's playing the biggest role of the race right now.
We're not done yet. Lorenz has a bobble. Oh, that cost him a couple of sled lengths of track position. Shield will come roaring in here with a full head of steam. Shield's going to stay on the inside, follow Lorenz around here as the clock ticks down to 30 seconds plus a lap.
Yeah, we have some race action, no doubt. Obviously, it's frustrating with lappers, but it does add an element.
And they're closing in on Kenny Mandrick. Not a good night for Kenny. The white flag should be out by the time Nick Lorenz gets to the AMSOIL finish line jump. The question is, will Lance Ishoel get there ahead of him? Because Shield is coming, and right now Lorenz has nowhere to go.
Yeah, and Kenny's just not looking at that blue flag waving. And I understand he's in a race of his own, but these guys have to pay attention. Have to realize.
The clock has expired. They got 2 to go. And now when they come around this time, it'll be the white flag. One more lap for Lorenz to try to hold off Anson Shield.
Yeah, and Anson knows he gave one away. Can he get it back? That's the biggest question. And he's only got one straightaway and a turn to make it happen. It looks like Lorenz is going to put the topping on this thing. And here we go. Lorenz takes the win.
Anson Shield will grab the runner-up position. Final step on the podium is going to go to Evan Christian with a third. Creighton Dillon half a second back behind him, finishes off the podium.
What is it about this track and facility that works so well for you, and what does it mean to get back up on the top of the box?
Oh, it's unreal to be back on the top of the box, especially with the new brand and stuff. And I don't know, I just seem to have a lot of luck in New York. Got my first win here, and I had my last win with Hemmers here, and it just feels amazing to be up here, and it's just kind of unreal.
I have to add,
when AMSOIL Championship Snocross roars back, we'll go one-on-one with 5-time champ Elias Ishoel as the Viking Rocket starts down the comeback trail.
Elias, a lot of applause.
The pits at AMSOIL Championship Snocross are home to rows of million-dollar rigs that house the factory teams. Inside the Shearing Speed Sports AMSOIL United States Air Force rig, Steve Shearing and Elliot Burns prep the race sleds. They also continue to honor a fallen U.S. soldier each week on their race sled.
Back with more AMSOIL Championship Snocross. Robbie, we get a look here at some of the youngsters, the youngest racers on AMSOIL Championship Snocross in this Stock 200 category.
Yeah, and these sleds are so sweet. I wish I had a chance to ride these when I was younger. They look so much fun, and you could just see the smiles on these kids' faces when they're out there racing.
As they come to the checkers of the AMSOIL finish line. One of the big stories on the AMSOIL Championship Snocross this season surrounds our defending 5-time champion, the Viking Rocket Elias Ishoel, injured in a crash in Deadwood a few rounds ago. But Robbie, we got to see the Viking Rocket in the flesh here today.
We did, and it just shows you the strength and the determination that this young man has. And he is something that I can't even explain. And one thing that is certain about Elias is he is strong-willed, strong-minded, and I have a feeling we're definitely going to see some more of Elias Ishoel.
The 5-time champ from Norway has earned unanimous praise from fans, racers, and the sports media for his skills and style. Snocross fans watched the Norwegian teen age as he grew up on the Snocross hills of North America.
Welcome back, man. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, and yeah, I'm happy I can be out there, and I feel way better than I think a lot of people expect, and I expect by myself too. So yeah, just positive mindset, and I'm still here.
I have to ask because somebody told me this story that one of your mechanics or crew members came to visit you at the hospital, and your first statement was, "It's 13 days to Valcourt. Get the sled ready."
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I want to be back, but I need to be smart too. And getting older, and I know what it takes. And I had a lot of injuries before too, so I know what it's gonna take a while. But take the time to good use.
Now we're getting ready to start the pro practice / qualifying session here for the AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown. As a racer, tell me what the process was for you going out and doing one of these qualifying sessions.
The qualifying is really important, especially on a start like this when it's short. You want to be on the inside and really count, and it's gonna be a good start on the day. So just to get out and just get top 5 or whatever inside there, and at least on the front row, it's gonna help a lot. So just trying to put through a good motor like time qualifying, and just get good feeling on the sled, and it's important to have that good feeling going through the day, so you don't need to sit in the trailer focusing on what you did wrong, or like just chill instead and have a good mindset.
And when you run these Triple Crown races, how much different is that than the traditional format that we used for so many years? It was 2 rounds of qualifying and a final. It was based on a number of laps. It wasn't a time-based race. So we've kind of thrown that out the window now and completely redone everything.
For sure. I feel the mindset really needs to be on way more, since you need to be good at three finals each day. Qualifiers before didn't really matter that much. You could have bad qualifiers, and the finals was the one that counted all for the day, of course, and now you need to be on 3 times a day. So like the mindset, I think you need to be way harder, and the same with just preparing your body, preparing the sled, and just it's harder work, but we get to race 3 finals, so it's 2 times as more than just 1 final, so it's even more funny, I think, and good for the crowd too. All the support from all the fans and all the supporters and all the other teams too, and the racers, everyone that have just been showing the love and from the sport. And I think when stuff like that happen, everyone loves each other and supports each other. And I can't thank all the support from all the Snocross community and the whole fans enough. And I really appreciate it, and thank you guys so much.
And it is great to see you, man. Continued speedy recovery. Hope to see you back throwing a leg over here pretty soon.
Just a few weeks after his season-ending crash, Elias Ishoel returned and rode in opening ceremonies in New York this weekend. And it's clear the Viking Rocket will soar again soon. AMSOIL Championship Snocross is presented by Polaris, Think Outside, by AMSOIL, Runs on Freedom, and by Pertec, your industrial hose specialist.
Back on Fox Sports at the U.S. Air Force Snocross National with AMSOIL Championship Snocross. Second leg of the AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown about to begin. What is up with point leader Emil Haar? He did not have a good start to things.
Well, and you said it, start. His starts have been off. He doesn't like to be in there hitting elbows with everyone either. If you let him have some free room, he's really going to shut your lights off. Jordan LaBelle.
LaBelle's going to get pushed out wide. The Arctic Cat boys wind up 1-2. Second first, same as the first as they work down into the skidoo corner.
And look at Kern. Travis Kern puts himself into the 4th spot. We haven't heard his name in a little while.
Yeah, he's on the Ditch Witch of Minnesota and Iowa sled, and he's feeling some heat from Francis Peltier, who's looking for a good finish in the middle leg here.
He just moved himself right past Jordan LaBelle into 3rd spot. Travis Kern from K2 Motorsports looking good early on.
LaBelle coming back at him on the outside. Good dogfight for position here behind Jacob Yerk, who runs in 2nd. And Daniel Benham, the winner of the 1st leg, again opens up a lead here in the 2nd leg.
Dan Benham, what can I say? The consistency, the smooth style, excellent riding. We all know it's all there. Just the struggles it's been for him as of late, but he is answering back. Consistency, speed, everything you need.
Jordan LaBelle tried to mount that late race charge in the 1st leg. He is doing work right now, closing in on Jacob Yerk. He's within a couple of sled lengths of that number 727 Arctic Cat as they head into the skidoo corner here, closing in on the halfway point of this race, and it's on for the number 2 spot.
That's right, Jordan LaBelle definitely answering the bell. Needed to be better at the start of the races, and he's doing exactly that. He's within sight of the leaders at least. Just under or over 4 minutes to go. He's got plenty of time, and the track's only going to get better for passing. Oh, and you can see Yerk make a little mistake there.
LaBelle taking a little bit of a different line. Clear track ahead for the leader, Benham, for the moment. Eventually, though, he will catch up to the back of the field, and so will this battle for 2nd and 3rd, which could make things even more hectic than they are now.
Yeah, Benham electing to go outside. He's going to change it up, and that's, again, a confidence move. He's not going to settle in. That's the last thing he wants to do. Now he's going to elect to jump back inside. He just wanted to get a little taste of what that line offered out there.
And not a good night for Emil Haar, showing in the number 10 spot here. Long way away from being in contention for the overall if he can't get at least up into the top 5.
Yeah, Haar struggling. Just not the starts that he's accustomed to, and you're behind on these tight little tracks. Passing is extremely difficult because there's always going to be somebody in your way.
Haar battling it out right now with that number 9. That is a battle for position with Marcus Ogamar. They are 9th and 10th, tucked right in behind Cody Cam, who is sitting back there in the 8th spot. Haar had to reach up there and get a wipe of the goggles to get some of the wet roost out, and you can see the top 2 continuing to cruise along here as Daniel Benham on the Woody's Racing Arctic Cat is chased by the Econo Racing Arctic Cat, piloted by Jacob Yerk.
So 1-2 again, Arctic Cat out front. Kind of putting on a clinic today. Their starting positions, executing that start, first lap, speed, all those things they've checked those boxes, and you see LaBelle starting to waver back there. He's not making up the ground that he was before, and not sure what's going on, if it is anything, just the 2 out front are riding really well, and you see Travis Kern as well.
Yeah, Kern rock solid in 4th right now over Francis Peltier, and then Hunter Patnote is trying to chase him down, but he is looks like about 2 seconds back of Peltier right now as we watch Jordan LaBelle. And go back up front here to take a look at the gap between 1st and 2nd. That is your 2nd place sled, Jacob Yerk there, the 727. And Daniel Benham on the 221. He is holding on to the race lead.
And they just put down Cam, so he must have had some trouble. So he's a lap down. Unfortunately for Cody.
As we get into these final 90 seconds here, Benham is starting to catch some traffic. I don't know if that's going to hold him up enough for Yerk to close the gap and try to take a run at him, but hey, Yerk's not going to sniff it going 2-2 here if he can hold on to 2nd. That puts him right in the thick of things for the overall.
Yeah, and it only takes one, though. One lapper just to have a little mistake in front of Benham, and That can change the course of this race real quick, and you can see Riley Bester needs to be a little bit more aware. The lappers are there, or that he is being lapped, and he needs to give way. You can see he's not.
No, he launched it through the middle of that skidoo corner, and that's got to be making Daniel Benham a little bit perturbed. Jacob Yerkes got some opportunity here, perhaps, as he gets as close as he has been all race long here. Finally, Benham is able to clear Bester, and Yerkes going to go to the outside to clear him.
Yeah, and Bester definitely made that gap, that lead, go away a little bit. Let's see if he gets in the way of Yerk. He doesn't. He elects to stop. That's good.
Clock ticking down here, 20 seconds plus a lap, so we may see the white flag, we may not, depends. Lap averages in this race have been around 19 and a half seconds.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
And Yerk is close too. That little bit that Benham got held up trying to get by Bester allowed Yerk to close the gap, and we're gonna have to go 2 more laps here. So Yerkes got the opportunity. There's more lap traffic ahead. This one's going to go down to the final corner, I have a feeling.
It sure is, and Benham definitely wanting to see that last lap. He knows he's got pressure. Yerk is right there. One little slip up. Here we go. 1 to go.
Final lap. Now let's see what Yerk does. Does he go outside? No, Benham goes outside. Yerk goes inside, but there's a yellow flag on that inside lane. Cody Cam. Oh, trouble for him. Yerk's still trying to make the run here as they work their way down. Oh, contact.
Lapper in the way. It's going to be Ogamar. Oh, Benham takes the win. Yerk at second.
You better believe the temperature is going to come up when we come out for this third leg. Lap traffic being a factor here in the close of this one, but Daniel Benham by 0.7 of a second hangs on and goes 1-1. Yerk finishes second, LaBelle finishes third, identical top 3 to race number 1.
Dan, the lappers in that one almost cost you the win. How were you able to get around them and kind of manage the race from there?
Well, I tell you what, it's really hard to get around them. We kind of settle into the same pace at the end. We're going to go and give it our best in the third one.
The Pro-Am Women Final is on deck, a class deep with talent. For sure, Le Machine is in fine form, fresh from her 50th career victory, but Tasha Lang and Holshot and Anna Hauger are also racing hard for the podium and points.
Time for our Pro-Am Women Final. Malene the Machine Coutu doing machine things like she always does as the number 1 qualifier, but only a couple of points separate Tasha Lang and Anna Hauger.
You're right, and every final matters right now because points are paying, and that is so close. The battle is there, so you can't mess around. You need, if you have an opportunity to grab some points, you take it.
Get out on the sled. You're on the sled, you know how it goes. You don't really think about it when you're out there. It's just the aftermath that is not too fun, but.
And look at Hauger.
Oh, she ripped the whole shot big time. Slides over, Malene slides to the inside, and now she'll fight her way up alongside Hauger for the race lead, and it's Malene getting the corner first, but she left the inside lane open. Tasha Lang fills it, and now Tasha Lang takes the lead. Oh, she's got a taste of the lead. She doesn't want to give it up without a fight. It's they cut down to the inside, outside here in the skidoo corner. Hauger trying to charge back on the inside as well, and they are bar to bar for the lead. Coutu takes it back going into the corner. She's working her way through some of the competitors in the back of the field, and Anna Hauger finds herself in traffic as well, but she has opened up a nice little gap over Tasha Lang, so she's got a little bit of room to work with, and she's kept Malene Coutu inside of 2 seconds. That's pretty good so far for an Anna Hauger here. So for Malene, she's only lost 1 round of racing this season, the first one. Since then, she has been dominant, and she does it again. Malene, the Machine, cranks out another win here at the U.S. Air Force Snocross National. And Anna Hauger grabbed second. Tasha Lang finishes in third.
Put my helmet down, ride my own race, try to have fun out there. That's the last thing Jake always tells me, to just enjoy it. And that's what I'm doing right now. It's so fun being out there, so many fans, and I'm happy that we're back here in New York.
Round 3 of the AMSOIL Triple Crown is next. Will Jacob Yerk and Daniel Benham continue their Arctic cat and mouse game? AMSOIL Championship Snocross is presented by the U.S. Air Force. Serve your way. Can you make the team? By AMSOIL, runs on freedom. By Skidoo, that Skidoo feeling. By FXR, gear up for your outdoor adventures with FXR. And by Arctic Cat. Earlier tonight, some local United States Air Force recruits took a big step towards serving our country with a swearing ceremony in front of the standing room only crowd in New York. Congrats to all.
It's the deciding leg of the AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown. Daniel Benham on top right now, but let's give a call out to Jacob Yerk, who is right there with them. They've gone 1-2 in the first 2 races.
Yeah, Team Arctic Cat 1-2. One thing that I'm looking at is Yerk looked fast. He looked spicy in all those races, even though he did finish second behind Daniels. So if he gets out front early, that might bring trouble to Daniel Benham. He's gonna get it. He nails the start, look at that!
Oh, and had his foot off the running board for a second in the process, and on the outside, squeaking by into the lead for the moment will be Francis Peltier. He'll go to the outside. The Arctic Cat racers go to the inside and come away with the lead for the moment.
So Yerk puts himself into first. We got riders down off that start, and oh no! That is Har, our points leader.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Emil Har. Everybody will escape through to the inside, and looks like Emil will try to get going, but this has been a disaster of a night for the points leader. For Jacob Yerk, well, this is what he needs right now. Oh, and that was a key pass back there as Benham lost third to LaBelle. That means if Yerk wins this and Benham finishes fourth, Yerk gets the overall.
That's right, so points are jostled up right now, and look at LaBelle sitting, oh, as I say that, almost comes off, has a moment.
Wow.
So Benham gets it back.
That sled was super twisted. It landed in an angle, and he just powered his way out of it, and he is not the largest person physically, but definitely showing some serious core strength there holding on to that one.
Yeah, he sure is, and he hung on to it. That's what you have to do in those scenarios. You just have to hang on, regroup, refocus, get back after it, and watch for LaBelle to make that pass again. He looked like he had a little bit more speed.
Trying to close his way back in. Yerk leads, Peltier in second. Then Benham, winner of the first 2 races, sitting in third right now. I believe that would tie him with Jacob Yerk, but Yerk would get the overall on the tiebreaker, and another sled in trouble here on the inside of the corner. 2 sleds actually in trouble.
No.
Cody Cam is one of them.
Oh, and that looks like Hunter Patnode, and he does not look like he is very happy. So hopefully he's okay, and they can get that cleaned up.
So yellow flags will force everybody around the outside there in that Skidoo corner. That does take away a passing opportunity there for a moment, but it also bunches the field up once a lap.
It sure does, but passing opportunities are at a premium right now. It's hard to find, and you take that one corner away, that's only going to be good for Dan Benham, because he's the one that can't afford to lose a spot right now.
Clock ticking down to 3:25 plus a lap to go. There is an LED timer at the AMSOIL finish line the racers can see, so they know how much time is left in the race as well.
So it looks like Har is just rolling. Cam is out of there. Hunter is still on track, so hopefully they can get him moved.
Jacob Yerk moving along nicely here at the front of the field. He has opened up a little bit of a gap over Francis Peltier, about 3.2 seconds now, and then Benham a little further back. And LaBelle looks like he's lost contact with Benham here as he's fallen back almost 2 full seconds.
Man, look at this ride. Jacob Yerk putting it to these boys. He is on fire right now, and he's got a big lead.
Yerk did win a main event in the AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown format earlier this season in Deadwood on a short track, very similar to this one.
And right now he is hoping that LaBelle can find some speed and get around Dan Benham. That's all he needs to get this win, the overall win.
Yerk now in traffic, working his way through sleds that are struggling to hang on to the lead lap, and he is going to have to deal with this for the final 2 minutes. It's probably going to feel like 20.
Yeah, that's right. And anytime you have the lead, especially with this much chaos between lappers and short laps, it is chaotic. And just stay focused. Don't worry about anything but what you have to do to execute to win this race. The rest will be taken care of. And as I say that, Benham has found an extra gear.
Oh yeah, and Benham is catching up to Francis Peltier. This could be a key pass, because if he gets by Francis, that would swing the pendulum back over to him.
Well, actually, he has it right now with the points because, well, maybe not. Let me think about that. You're right.
Emo Har pulling over and just clearing out of the way here, hoping to fight another round, as this one is not going to be good for the point leader. Right now, the overall hangs in the balance perhaps between these two racers. Now, if Yerk wins, then Yerk would get the championship on a tiebreaker, the overall. But if Benham gets by Peltier, then he goes 1-1-2. That's 4 points, and Yerk would be 2-2-1. 5 points.
That's right. You are spot on. My math was a little off. But Benham obviously has to know that. He needs to know that. And if they haven't told him or somehow messaged to him on the side of the track, which is going to be tough to do with all this roost.
Yeah, I don't know how you would see any signals from anybody. Super busy in the office at this track, whether it's traffic, whether it's roost, whether it's trying to stay out of the holes and the bumps here as best as he can. Jacob Yerk has done all of that extremely well here in this third and final AMSOIL Pro Triple Crown main. The clock is ticking down to 10 seconds. He'll make this lap and then come around for the white flag.
Yeah, Benham just needs to get a little bit more aggressive. He is all over Francis, but he needs to make it stick. And that's where this is possibly going to happen, is at the end of this straightaway. He needs to be close enough to where he can put an inside ski on Francis, and we're coming down to our last lap, so.
Yeah, we're going to watch two different things here on this final lap. We're going to watch race leader Jacob Yerk. If he wins, he may swing the pendulum for the overall in his favor. If Benham gets Peltier here on the last lap, then it's Benham who gets the overall. So for Yerk, his side of the bargain fulfilled. Oh, look at the move on the inside. Not enough for Benham. He finishes third behind Peltier.
And he went for it, and that's exactly what he had to do.
And ladies and gentlemen, picking up the overall on a tiebreaker by winning the third leg of the Triple Crown from Rochester Hills, Michigan, the 727 Arctic Cat, Jacob Yerk.
Jake, with your first place overall since 2021 in Deadwood. We were chatting after you won one of the Triple Crown rounds in Deadwood, and you said that moment felt sweet for you and your team. I'd have to imagine this feels even sweeter.
It does. You know, we've been through a lot. Last 2 years have been, I'm in hell pretty much. And to be up here tonight means so much. I love New York. I love the fans at New York. And yeah, we're pretty blessed to be up here.
Well, Robbie, as we start the second half of the season, I'm not quite sure people would have picked the podium that we wound up with for the Triple Crown here tonight, but hey, anything can happen in AMSOIL Championship Snocross.
Really cool to see Dan Benham, Jacob Yerk, all of them up there on that podium.
And of course, we'll see them here on the same short track in round number 10. You can keep track of all the action on our official website, snocross.com. You can also check out our entire family of social media outlets with tons of fresh content for you. For Taven Woody, Erica Allreed, and Robbie Malinowski, I'm Paul Small. Thanks for watching this AMSOIL Championship Snocross presentation on Fox Sports.